So far I like it a lot, just what I wanted. Sounds great, but I also have some nice speakers to go with it. I have 8 series jamo bookshelf with fluance surround bookshelf for surround and elac 8 inches subwoofer, also a 6-speaker Polk center. Waiting for the Atmos toppers for my jamo for the ultimate sound. This is not a high-end receiver, but then it sells for $229, as opposed to $500 receivers. I previously had a Yamaha receiver which was disappointing. I always expect technology to perform as advertised, and the Pioneer VSX-534 is solid. The Pioneer runs a lot cooler than the Yamaha also. Got the VSX-534 to replace a 10-year-old Sony AV receiver. Setup was easy except for the CEC, which didn't work well with having an LG OLED TV, Panasonic Blu-ray, and an Aris 1100 Fios box. It kept switching the input back to TV or Fios. So, after turning CEC off on and off on each device, it came down to the Aris box being the culprit. So, CEC is off on all the devices and it works flawlessly with my Harmony remote. The receiver operates great, and even though I don't have height speakers, the Atmos virtualizer works with my 5.1 setup. Nice upgrade. I have a VSX 1130 in my living room and I really like it. I wanted to buy one for my basement but didn't want to spend too much. The 1130 is 3 times the price and I can barely distinguish the difference in sound. The 1130 is 7.2 and has some other bells and whistles, but the 534 sounds fantastic, light, and easy to set up. What else could you want? I replaced an old Onkyo and the sound from the 534 blows it away. Very happy. If I could do it over I would have gotten the 534 instead of the 1130 for my living room. First let me say I am not very tech-savvy. It was ordered thinking it would be so simple to set up. The wiring part was a breeze, but the instructions for this equipment is about 30 to 40 pages and not as simple as it is made to sound. I am still working on it to get the correct sound and balance from speakers even after 2 months. I am sure it is my own inability in the tech portion, but the equipment sounds good so far but could be better. Great receiver if you have small space. I own a huge Pioneer VSX. That is over 15 years old and twice the size and weight of the 534. If it's too big to fit in a cabinet. While only a 5-speaker surround it has plenty of power and features and its smaller size fits anywhere. My only complaint is that you cannot get out of setup mode unless you wire the unit to the TV to complete setup. I did not want to run my TV through the receiver. I only wanted to use an optical connection to the TV. To complete setup I had to run the TV, DVD and echo through the receiver following the prompts on the TV. The main front speaker connection allow for 14-gauge wire while the center and back channel speaker ins are smaller and barely allow for 16-gauge wire. You have to turn the subwoofer levels down from what the automatic setup preset since it has so much bass you can't hear the center channel dialogue very well. Overall, a great amplifier and sound system. Pioneer does it again with a great product. Received receiver with FWVR R104 and Dolby Atmos working directly, no issue from my Xbox Box X1. After upgrade to VIR R108 I don't have Atmos available. Planning to contact Pioneer support. I wanted to test this receiver out for a while before submitting a review. I have to say I am very happy with this Pioneer. For $199.99, this was a great upgrade to my old Kenwood 5. One that did not support DTS, which replaced a slightly newer Yamaha that bit the dust after a power surge. I am no audiophile, but I do appreciate receivers that can belt out music and a Blu-ray cleanly with no distortion. This receiver delivers on both fronts. Older and newer CDs come through crisp and crystal clear. Movies boom through my subs while the dialogue is still clear. Just remember to visit the Pioneer website and download the latest firmware update to a thumb drive and place in the USB slot on the rear, which is a minor inconvenience. I wish they placed a second USB slot on the front for quicker, more convenient firmware updates and simple MP3 player plug-in, but follow the instructions carefully on updating the firmware. One step requires you to turn off HDMI ARC for the updating process, but their website gives more details on the steps. Most audiophiles probably have separate components to satisfy their home theater or stereo needs, but if you need a receiver in a pinch, this Pioneer delivers and is well worth the money. I also invested in a couple of AC Infinity fans to put on top to help keep the receiver cool. That previous Yamaha I owned got really hot enough to fry an egg. So, I am taking no chances with this one. Edit. So, I bought an LG UBK 84K Blu-ray player, and I must say this application is where this receiver shines. Click link in description for more reviews.